Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mullet, Mike Hardcastle here, in the flesh, bringing you creepy gaming. Check out what I just did, guys. This is amazing. I put up a green screen. Now, I know a lot of you probably don't know what this is, but you can actually put any background back here that you want. See? I can't believe more YouTubers haven't thought of this. This is some truly groundbreaking stuff. Hope I don't forget to put it back down. That could be embarrassing. Today, we will be covering Pokemon Sword and Shield. Alright, I gotta take a moment and give a really special shout out to my oldest son, Pax. He's a Pokemaniac. So this one's for you, son. So without any further ado, let's turn those lights down and the volume up as we journey into some creepy gaming. As many know, Pokemon comes from the words pocket monsters. Yet most of us are still surprised when we discover creepy Easter eggs and hidden secrets buried deep within Pokemon. The newest generation of games, Sword and Shield, is no different. This iteration features different gym leaders between the two games. For example, in Sword you battle B, the fighting type, whereas in Shield you battle Alistair, the master of Ghost-type Pokemon. Alistair immediately stood out to me for numerous reasons. I don't know, maybe because of his Kodama-like mask? It's almost like Game Freak finally embraced their inner creepiness with this character. This hasn't been confirmed, but I wouldn't be surprised if the name Alistair actually came from Aleister Crowley, the notorious dark magician of the mystic arts. So, much like the Hex Maniacs from previous games, when we read Alistair's league card, we discover his backstory to be more tragic than anything. Now with that out of the way, let's move along to some creepy Pokedex entries from Sword and Shield. I've covered several creepy Pokedex entries from previous generations of games, but today we're just going to look at some of these Sword and Shield entries. I've covered Duskull and Phantump and several others in the past, so I won't be mentioning them today. Alright, how about this big beautiful guy? G-Max Gengar's Sword Pokedex entry mentions that his mouth leads directly to the afterlife. When reading its Shield entry, it says it lays traps hoping to steal the lives of those it catches. If you stand in front of its mouth, you'll hear your loved ones' voices calling out to you. Yeah, they just kind of sneaked that one by, didn't they? But that's a ghost type. They can't all be like that, right? Here we go. A bug and fire type. Sizzlipede. Oh wait. According to its Pokedex and Shield, it states, it wraps prey up with its heated body, cooking them in its coils. If they are well done, it will voraciously nibble them down to their last morsel. Okay, so fine, it's not just ghost type. Let's check out this weird doofy fella's Pokedex entry. That's right, Appletun. According to Shield, it states, its body is covered in a sweet nectar, and the skin on its back is especially yummy. Children used to have it as a snack. Oh, there's so many things wrong with that Pokedex entry. Children used to have it as a snack, as in past tense. So children used to eat this Pokemon? And if that's the case, why did they used to? What happened to make them not eat Pokemon anymore? Was there some sort of like Appletun revolution? Alright, let's try Gotharita. According to its Sword entry, it states, it's said that when stars shine in the night sky, this Pokemon will spirit away sleeping children. Some call it the Witch of Punishment. Great! More Hypno Fuel! Wonderful! Sinesti and Poltegeist have been welcome new additions to the Pokedex. And as many of you know, there are two forms, both antique form and a phony replica form out there. If you read the Phony Forms Pokedex entry from Sword, it states, this Pokemon is said to have been born when a lonely spirit possessed a cold leftover cup of tea. Okay, well there can't be that many more, right? Oh, what? We're only about halfway done with the list? Okay, moving along. Honedge! According to his Pokedex entry in Pokemon Sword, it states, Honedge's soul once belonged to a person who was killed a long time ago by the sword that makes up Honedge's body. So it's the sword that killed somebody. Great. Boy, this is a wonderful list. Just a lot of cheerful happiness in the world of Pokemon, isn't it? If you read Morgrem's Sword entry, it states, when it gets down on all fours, as if to beg for forgiveness, it's trying to lure opponents in so it can stab them with its spear-like hair. You can get shanked by Morgrem. But wait, it gets worse. If you read its Shield entry, it states, with sly cunning, it tries to lure people into the woods. Some believe it to have the power to make crops grow. Okay, so never mind the last part about crops. Luring people into the woods. I hate to keep going back to Hypno on all this, but why is there so much kidnapping? Why is there so much body snatching? What the hell? Now, as I explained earlier, I've covered past generations in previous videos. Yamask was one of those that I've covered. In Sword and Shield, we find the Galarian version of Yamask, who eventually evolves into Runerigus. According to Runerigus' Shield Pokedex entry, because apparently Shield's got all the creepiest Pokedex entries, it states, never touch its shadow-like body, or you'll be shown the horrific memories behind the picture carved into it. Alright, I'll admit that's a little bit of dark history I do not care to learn. Alright, I gotta wrap this up. This is going on longer than I was expecting. Alright, the final creepy Pokedex entry from Sword and Shield that we will be looking at is Hatterene. In Shield, its Pokedex entry reads, if you're too loud around it, you risk being torn apart by the claws on its tentacle. This Pokemon is also known as the Forest Witch. Alright, remember that, the Forest Witch. We're having a lot of witches in this Sword and Shield, I noticed. The Gigantamax form in Shield states, beams like lightning shoot down from its tentacles. It's known to some as the Raging Goddess. So it goes from a forest witch to a raging goddess. Oh, but wait, we're not done. Its Gigantamax Sword entry states, this Pokemon can read the emotions of creatures over 30 miles away. The minute it senses hostility, it goes on the attack. I might be wrong, but I feel like this had the most creepy Pokedex entries for one generation. Let me know down in the comments if there was some creepy Easter egg or a Pokedex entry that I missed. As disturbing as it may seem, I'll admit I am glad Nintendo continues to sneak creepy Easter eggs into their games. With the Isle of Armor expansion right around the corner, I look forward to what else the creepy world of Pokemon has in store. Well, there we go, folks. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Been wanting to make this episode for you for a long time. Want to thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed. I am Mullet Mike, saying, stay creepy, my friends. Peace. Whoa!